Welcome to my channel, Rainbow Love. I was straight, until engaged in mutual BJ with a straight friend. I, 19M, had a gay experience with my friend, 19M, I thought we were both straight. Feeling confused and don't know where to go from here. Throwaway because my friends know my main account. Some background for the situation: I've known my friend Danny, the friend in question, since we were 14. We were part of a group of 4 guys and we all got along really well. Him and his best friend and me and my best friend would all hang out together all the time after school and on weekends, play video games together and go on adventures, you know, just teenager stuff. Anyway, at the end of high school we all went to different colleges across the country for different reasons. Danny and I both came back to our hometown for the summer, but my best friend and his best friend both stayed at their schools to work and take summer classes and such. I've been hanging out with Danny pretty much every day since we got back. My parents repurposed my bedroom to a workout room almost as soon as I moved into the dorms, so I live in my basement and usually he'll come over and we'll play games or watch TV or listen to music, and then he'll crash on the couch, go home in the morning and then come back over in the afternoon, rinse and repeat. Last night we were watching some shitty movie, or really more like just talking with the movie on in the background, and there was a sex scene. I asked him if he managed to get laid at all at college, and he said no. I admitted that I hadn't either. We started to talk about sex a little. I could feel myself getting excited, but I didn't really understand why. The conversation kept up to the point where I said something along the lines of, "I would really love to know what it feels like to have somebody suck my CCK." He said, "What if?" and then blushed. One thing led to another and next thing I know he's jobbing me. I felt weird and conflicted about it, but it was so good. It was like my mind switched gears in the middle of it and all of a sudden I was so turned on by him. When he finished me I asked him to let me return the favor. Afterwards we kissed, and then he awkwardly said that he should leave and went home. As soon as he left my mind went into overdrive. A lot of things clicked into place in my mind, but I'm still confused about a lot of things. I don't look at PRN often, but when I do it's usually women, but I've never met a woman girl that I was actually attracted to. I thought it was because I have high standards, but what if it's because I'm not into women? I can't make sense of it. I was super horny this morning. I've jerked off 3 times already today and I tried to think about women and look at straight PRN, but my mind kept drifting back to Danny's body, Danny's DCK, Danny with his mouth around me. It's crazy because I've never once felt attraction to a man before, never noticed guys in a sexual way at all, but now all I can think about is him. I'm really worried that this will duck up our friendship. I don't regret what we did, but what if he does? What if he's been scoping me out this whole time, waiting for his chance to pounce? I don't know how I would feel about that. Also, if he decides he doesn't want to be around me anymore, I'm going to be alone for the rest of the summer. None of my other friends are in town. And then what happens if we do decide to get together, become a couple? What happens when we go back to school? What do we tell our other friends? Heck, what would I tell my parents? I texted him earlier, just a simple hey, and I haven't gotten anything back yet. I'm kind of losing my mind waiting on an answer. I would really love advice regarding what to say to him when I talk to him next. I want to continue to explore my relationship with him, but I don't want to scare him off by coming on too strong. I need to feel out his thoughts first. Does anybody else that's been in a situation like this have any advice to offer? What should I say to him? How can I salvage our friendship if it turns out that he doesn't feel the same way as me? I'm looking for any general advice regarding sexuality and figuring yourself out as well. DL, doctor, thought I was straight, ended up engaging in mutual SXSX with a friend that I also thought was straight. I wanted to figure out my sexuality and continue to explore this new territory with my friend, but stay friends with him if he's not interested. How do I approach the topic so as to not scare him off? And how do I figure out if I'm bi or gay, just for my own personal peace? Edit. He just texted me back and asked if he could come over. I said yes. Wish me luck. Update: I, 19M, had a gay experience with my friend, 19M, I thought we were both straight. Feeling confused and don't know where to go from here. I'm getting a lot of update requests, and Danny just headed home, so I figured I'd go ahead and post. I have exciting stuff to tell you guys. First, I wanted to say thanks to everybody who commented. You all really helped me calm down and stop overthinking everything. I appreciate it a lot. When Danny showed up we were both really nervous and awkward at first. I was really scared to say anything, but I broke the tension by telling him how much I had enjoyed the night before. He broke out into a huge grin and turned bright red, lit up like a Christmas tree. He told me he was so relieved, and that he had been obsessing over it all night, worried for the same reasons I had been. I told him that it was my first sexual experience ever and that I was questioning my sexuality now. He told me that he had been questioning his sexuality for a while, and that he had feelings for men before, but had mostly seen me as just a friend until last night, when he realized that I was kind of sort of coming onto him in a really roundabout way. It's funny, I didn't really think of myself as coming onto him, but I definitely made that statement hoping something would come of it. Anyway, I told him that first and foremost I valued our friendship and wanted to stay friends whatever happened between us. He agreed strongly. He asked me if I was okay with working out our feelings together, having sex until we figure out how we feel, and I told him yes. After all this heavy conversation, we decided to play some CS:GO together like we usually do, but we ended up in bed together instead. Afterwards we talked some more and discussed the possibility of a relationship. He said he feels like we know each other well enough that he wouldn't feel like we were rushing in, and I agreed with him. He asked me to be his boyfriend, and I said yes. I'm so happy about it, too. I've never felt so attracted to anyone before. We haven't told anyone yet, but decided not to go out of our way to keep it a secret. The area we live in is reasonably tolerant and neither of our parents are anti-gay, which I am grateful for. I am worried about telling my sister, who has recently become a born-again Christian and had a lot of horrible things to say about the Supreme Court ruling on FB. I'm also a little concerned about telling our other two friends, but I think after the initial shock wears off, they'll come around. Now, I'm not super duper concerned with slapping a label on my sexuality and calling it a day. Thanks to you guys, I appreciate all the advice in that regard, but the more I think about it, the more I think that I really am gay, or at least gay-leaning bisexual. It kind of feels like the best time to be realizing it with the gay marriage ruling happening. Every time I think about it I feel giddy. DL, doctor, talked it out, crossed it out, we're a couple now. Thanks for helping me stay sane, Reddit. Comment 1. My son is only a little younger than you, and this situation does not surprise me. He and I talk about sexuality, LGBTQ rights and the recent changes in public opinion. Judging from his opinions and the opinions I hear his friends express, I don't believe many in your generation will feel the need to limit their sexuality, or to label everything with hard definitions like straight or gay. Once you remove the social stigma placed by older generations, people are just people and sexual contact feels good either way. I hope this is true, and as each generation sheds some of the social stigma placed by the previous, I think we can all start getting to know each other and treating each other better. I'm glad that you found resolution in your situation. Just know that there are those of us your parents' ages who hope that your generation can step outside some of the hateful behavior that people our own age fall into. I think more LGBTQ teens are hurt by the social stigma and the backlash that can hit them for being them than they are hurt by confusion over their own identity. Comment 2. Hi, can I just say that this is the cutest thing I've ever read that involved a job? I'm so happy for you two. It's awesome that you two were friends before job, so you already know each other pretty well. Most people dream of dating their best friends and you two have it so lucky. I reckon that you should probably flesh out the opinions of your friends and family and try to see what they think about homosexuality and gay people in general before coming out, so they aren't completely shocked when you decide to come out, and also so that you aren't shocked by their reaction. I had a friend who came out bluntly to his parents and was subsequently kicked out of the house since his parents were homophobic and they had been having problems before job with him. But all in all, I'm happy for the both of you and hope that everything works out. Comment 3. I can't really think of anything else you all need to do except for one thing. Duck with people. When you do decide to tell mutual friends, make sure you do it in a way that has them questioning their own sanity. I understand if you want to tell your parents in a more sit-down fashion, but if you have anyone you're comfortable doing this with, play a game where you and Danny see how much you can act very slightly couple Y around people and see how long it takes them to either realize that you're a couple or make a joke about you two being such good friends that you might as well be a couple. And then just start kissing or something. IDK if you actually want to do that, but it's also just fun for me personally to imagine that. Comment 4. Listen, I get that you're happy right now, but am I the only one concerned by how quickly all of this has happened? You never gave guys a second thought until your DCK was in his mouth, and that was only yesterday? I really don't mean to shit all over your party here. If you're gay or bi or whatever step on the scale you are, then congrats, but it all seems very rushed in my opinion. Comment 5. SI. I think any weirdness you initially feel is to be expected. The times I've been with guys, bi guy here, and been out and about can feel like that, simply because you hardly see it, which of course is gradually changing. Bonus story, Was in Manchester, UK last week, and there are so many guys out, holding jobs and cuddling in public etc. This currently astounds me, and seeing it makes me very happy. It's not something I ever see around where I live, but I can see that changing. Comment 6. Congrats. If you do choose to inform, I hope you can do so in a matter-of-fact way that does not make you appear to be apologetic or afraid that you are disappointing anyone. With my family, I update them about life changes as a courtesy to help them stay informed and not because I need or want their approval. I'm quite close with my mom and dad, but they know radio does what radio wants. My sister is the disapproving sort as well, which is why we aren't close. That's her choice though. Comment 7. Lots of congratulations and great advice here already, so I can just say how impressive you, both, are. It takes some serious courage to send the first text message and then to be the first person to break the ice and address the situation. I bet most of us in this thread would still be total wusses, waiting at home and wondering what we think or we should do, whereas you've already got yourself a boyfriend, D-tongue. Comment 8. Didn't get to comment on the original post, but my girlfriend and I saw it and we're rooting for you all day, hoping for a good update. Congrats, and I'm so happy this worked out for you. Good luck to you both, and as long as you keep communicating with each other while you feel this out, you can only get the best results. Comment 9. Be prepared. I was, and still am, in the same situation as you. Thought I was purely straight, have a best friend who confessed to me, etc. I have a father that lied to me that he was okay with homosexuality. When I told him, he disowned me. I have a family that does not understand me, especially how I am bisexual, not homosexual. I have the issue of wanting to express myself to others that I'm bisexual, but can't juggle the attention or concerns of others, so I never tell anyone. Whenever I talk about my boyfriend, I always say girlfriend. I'm sure we're not the same, but get ready for your future life now as a bisexual. Congratulations, and have a lovely life. Comment 10. Congrats. Wish you all the best. Very wonderful that you found out young and are able to be yourself. You both saved several young women from having unhappy, confusing, possibly painful relationships with you by not pretending to be what you aren't. I respect you guys for your honesty with yourselves and others. Comment 11. About your sister, if she loves you now, she is still going to love you. She might be weirded out about your relationship. And she will probably still be convicted that it is wrong. And she might even be flaky and ignore you for a while, but in the long run, she is your sister, he loves you and she will come around. I'm a Christian and my brother is gay, and I never batted an eye when he told me my dad is about 100x more conservative than I am, and even he has come around and is friendly with my brother's boyfriend. Comment 12. Yay. This made me really happy for you. I love it that he got a big grin and lit up like a Christmas tree. That must have felt awesome. You both sound really mature for discussing everything out, and I'm so happy that these days young people don't have to feel so scared or worried about their sexuality. When I was a teen not even that long ago, my gay friend agonized over coming out to anyone else for so long because of social attitudes. It's great how much better things are now. Have an amazing time with your new BF. Comment 13. Let me add to the chorus of congratulations, but add a small warning. Now comes the real stuff. Don't let the surprise and weirdness of your beginning overshadow that you've just started your first real relationship. Enjoy it. Date. Go out. Try new things together. I would be sad for you if this was just a hookup thing. The best relationships are between people who are friends and lovers. Be both. Thank you for watching. Comment, what do you think about this situation? Don't forget to like and subscribe.